Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. This is Living in Denver, Colorado. Today, a fun one. I think they're all fun. You guys always hear me say that, but it is gonna be a fun time. We're gonna be talking about a complete season guide to Denver and what to expect.
Let's check it out. What's up, guys? We're the Mile High Property Brothers. I'm Eli Schmidt. This is my partner, Will Grimes. And if it's your first time checking out our channel, hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell, because every Tuesday and every Thursday and every other Saturday, we're dropping a new video telling you everything there is to know about moving to or living in the entire Denver, Colorado area.
He got out on the first try, guys. I'm so excited,
good, yeah.
But I'm a professional. I'm keeping my poise. 100%, Eli. As much as we love making these videos, we would love more to help you guys with your real estate needs. So that number that's popping up below, we are the guys who answer the phone calls and the text messages and those emails, right? So just anything we can do for you guys, we'd love for you to reach out. But with that being said, let's get into it. Let's talk about it. We've talked about this before, but it's always fun to update and just give some different reviews and give you guys different perspectives each year. But we're gonna be talking about each 4 seasons, what to expect in Colorado. We're gonna go chronological. The fall time is Eli's favorite. I think it's all of our favorite, but it's fall time right now. I'm jazzed up, I'm motivated. Let's get right out of the gate on a strong one. Let's talk about the fall. So first thing that you guys need to know about Denver fall time is you have to get outside, no matter what. You've got a month span of like the last week of September through like the first 2 weeks of October, even sometimes in the third week of October. You've got a lot of leaves changing. It's gorgeous. You go up through like Aspen to like Maroon Bells.
The Western Slope, anywhere on the Western Slope around
the actual
Grand
Western
Junction.
Slope, not what I keep calling the Western Slope, but actually down in Grand Junction, you see a lot of the red rock at sunsets, and Maroon Bells, which I think is in Aspen, a really cool hike. You've got Hanging Lake. It couldn't get more pretty. In addition to that, because Denver's super active and we love our food and we love our drinks, you literally have like more breweries here per capita than like any other state now.
Yeah.
So beer festivals like Oktoberfest, whether it's down in the heart of downtown Denver, and it's super cool and a lot of fun. You go through like Rhino District. You literally have all of those breweries that are out there that are throwing some beer fests right there.
Oktoberfest.
Block parties. Like it's literally a block party down in Rhino, no traffic's coming through. It's a great block party. Or you can go all the way up to Breckenridge. Breckenridge has a phenomenal Oktoberfest festival. It's not the only place in the mountains that has that, but either way, if that's for you, it's so much fun. And hey, if you guys are out drinking beer, guess what else comes? Food. Yes, so a lot of like food truck competitions and food truck festivals are out during the fall time as well. So if you are getting cooped up inside during the fall time in Colorado, you are missing out on an extraordinary season.
Yeah, now let's talk attire, what to wear when you're going out in the fall. So if you're waking up early, you're going to work, you're going to the gym, you're gonna need a hoodie. It is cold in the morning. It's gonna be in like low 50s, high 40s when you leave the house. But real quickly, by the middle of the day, it's gonna be anywhere right around like mid 60s, okay? So it gets pretty comfortable in the middle of the day. Even when we have lower temperatures out here, like low 60s, high 50s, because it's so sunny, it just feels warmer. So you just need layers, right? So it's a hoodie or a jacket in the morning. It's a t-shirt or just a long sleeve normal work shirt in the afternoon. And then when you're going home from work, it does cool down more. So you might be back in that same hoodie.
You're gonna be a typical local here in Colorado. Everyone tends to have like a light jacket in their car, especially during the fall. Obviously during the winter as well. We get some sunny days during the winter. We'll talk about that, but definitely have a light jacket. Enjoy it. Anything else sunny? Like Halloween time is fun, like the pumpkin patches, the maze that are out here. And again, like Denver or Colorado in general is just such an active state. Like when we take our kids to like the corn mazes and things like that, you still see plenty of adults on like an adult date night going out having fun with this. So don't think that because you're in your 30s or 40s or 50s or however old you are that you can't go out and explore some of that and have some fun. I see a lot of parents having almost more fun than the kids themselves. Yeah, I mean, we've got some other stuff I can talk about that's smooth. I guess we could just move on to the winter.
Yeah, so let's do this. Transitioning into the winter, our first snow generally the benchmark is Halloween time. If it snows on Halloween, that's our standard. Okay, hey, winter's coming. This is when we expect the first snow.
Correct.
If it's earlier, like last year, we had our first snow was early September, which early September, we were in the 90s this year. It was early last year.
And it didn't stay, so it snowed super early. We got a
Yeah.
snowstorm, but then it was, we didn't snow for like several more weeks. So it's not like it's that bad. That's my biggest point about winter in Colorado for you guys is overall, it is not that bad. We have more sunny days in Florida. I talk about that all the time. Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
I'm a neurologist, parologist, pathologist, news guy. It's true. More sunny days
Or
in
meteorologist, one of those.
Florida. Or that one. I'm everything but that, but I can still talk about this.
It's 82 degrees in our fair city, and compare that to 48 degrees in the upper northwest and 38 degrees in the Middle East.
But the bottom line is, guys, you get a lot of great weather here. So even though it's winter, it's not that bad. More sunny days in Florida, which means it's like it snows. Even if it snows hard, the sun is coming back out within a couple of days, and the sun melts all that snow away. But because we're at altitude, you still have all of that snow in the mountains. So you have a great snowboarding and ski season all throughout the winter. But down here, as far as like Denver metro area, not terrible.
Yeah.
Don't overthink it.
I always feel like winter doesn't really start until January here in Colorado. Like when we're going through November, it might be snowy on Thanksgiving. You might be outside playing football on Thanksgiving.
We have
with
like
no
this
snow.
other season. We have fall. It's beautiful. That's about a month, right, at the longest. And then you have like we have like this cold season before we get into like regular like snow season.
Yeah. At Christmas time, it's always a question whether it's going to be a white Christmas or not.
And we get a lot of white Christmases.
You do?
And it's not terrible. And even
last
during,
year we didn't get any. We didn't get after that snowstorm in September. We didn't get any snow until January.
Correct. And it's usually not terribly cold around like the Christmas time. But what is fun is even though we talk about getting out during the winter, Colorado is a state where you should be getting out during all seasons. So during the winter time, whether it's going downtown to Union Station and seeing all the holiday lights, taking your kiddos to the zoo, or going on a date night to the zoo and seeing all the zoo lights. So many parents, they got their hot cocoa and their peppermint schnapps and and they're mixing it and having a good time and taking kids for a walk and not driving, I'm assuming. But just a great time. But the zoo does a great job. The museum does a great job. Downtown Union Station does a great job. You still have a ton of festivals through Rhino and through Lodo. A lot of fun. And you've also got a lot of like local things throughout suburbia, little neighborhoods that do things specifically in those areas that are a lot of fun.
Yeah, now it does get super cold, and by super cold I mean like 30s, right? It doesn't get terribly cold here below zero.
We have about
Colorado.
a week. We have about a week to maybe 2 weeks where like you might hit some zeros.
Yeah,
But then it
with
starts
wind chill and stuff.
Yeah, but then it starts trickling back up to the 30s.
Snowiest months are March and April, surprisingly, right? When we're just about to come into spring. And I think that's kind of our versions of April showers. We'll get these big, heavy, wet snows in March and April. And then as soon as we're through that, like, man, we're right into springtime.
And it's gonna make, so let's move right into the spring. Let's talk
Yeah.
about that. Like it's gonna give you guys a feeling, like I guess my biggest point is it still snows in the spring. It's gonna trip you out because it's springtime and oh hey, it's spring, yay, and like the groundhog thing, awesome, and that's a different season. Doesn't matter. The first couple of weeks of spring, you literally like, how is it still snowing in like May, right? Like it's interesting, and like those tend to be super wet and heavy because you've got like more rain season that's coming. It does start raining just shortly after that, but they're really heavy wet. They're perfect like snowball snow. They just pack, you just want to crack somebody.
Watch out for this dude.
It's a lot of fun, but because of that, this is something you should be thinking about. Make sure, especially for people that are buying single family homes, when you have great landscape in your front yard and your backyard, a lot of Colorado has established neighborhoods with big, gorgeous trees. A lot of your newer development areas have been around for a couple of years and they've got really nice, gorgeous trees. Those heavy snowstorms will put a lot of weight on your tree and then will break branches. So what you want to do every year as you start is before the winter time, like in your fall time, assess your trees, make sure that you're getting them properly taken care of and cut and trimmed exactly how they should. Yes, we have resources for that. We've got resources for everything once you guys are homeowners here in Colorado. So if there's something that you do need specifically, we can take care of it. But make sure that you're just cognizant of understanding like that heavy snow. Yes, it's fun to throw snowballs. But if you guys need help on that, please let us know. But again, it's a lot of fun.
So springtime in Colorado, these transition seasons, They are there. Like Colorado is a true 4-season state, but I feel like spring and fall are the shortest of the two, right?
Yes, and it's fun. And before you get to that, one more thought before I let you guys go too far in the wintertime. Blowing out your sprinkler systems is going to be big.
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
it does get cold enough where your sprinkler systems can freeze and can crack and cause you problems. So yes, once you guys get here, and by the way, once you guys are here and your homeowners here, we do have a seasonal guide that we give to our clients. So if there's something that you need as far as per season, we've got some great info and some great contacts for you guys as far as getting those things taken care of. I digress. Moving back forward to the spring.
Yeah, that is a good point, guys. Now, one of the things here also to keep into consideration is just because we have the 4 seasons here, home maintenance is a big factor. And here's why. Because when you have 4 seasons, the soil out here will contract, it will expand, it will dry, it will soak, it will compress, it will move. So keeping the water away from your house is critical here. That's one of the things that we're talking to every single homeowner around here. So when you are just out and about, you're out mowing the lawn or whatever, make sure that you have those downspout extensions on your home. Getting the water away from the foundation is one of the most critical things here.
Not letting your drains up on the top of your house clog with like leaves and branches and different stuff, and the water never gets to the drain in the first place, and it just overflows and then runs down the side of your house. And we're very fortunate. Colorado has great soil. Homes and foundations last a long time out here. There's a couple little floodplains.
If you take care of them.
If you take care of them. So it doesn't matter how great the soil is if you guys aren't mitigating some of that and just being aware of it. Again, we've got resources for that. But spring is fun social-wise because you've got baseball coming back.
Yeah.
People are so outdoorsy, even though they're all snowboarding and skiing and taking advantage of the winter.
Yeah.
We're all super excited once the warm weather hits. Opening day for the Rockies.
It's fun.
Don't get me started on the Rockies. I don't like how they trade players. Don't get me started. However, the atmospherics of just baseball coming back and opening day, all of the bars and restaurants that are opening up their patios on opening day and just having a great time, it is definitely something that you don't want to miss. And that kind of kicks off the rest of the spring and summer as far as setting the tone for activity downtown and across Colorado.
Now, last thing I want to touch on that's going to encompass all of this are just all the activities that you can do.
Or summer, because we haven't talked about summer.
Oh, we haven't talked about summer. I forgot
You know what
one.
encompasses all of it?
I
It's
know.
the last season.
Let's jump into summer. I know. Let's go into summer. It's
And then
hot.
save your little tip.
It's hot, guys. It gets hotter than you'd expect.
So it's hot, but it's not that hot. And like, let me explain.
Yeah.
But it is hot. You're at altitude, so it's going to feel a lot hotter. You are going to get more burn than you might think, even if you're a regular sunbather.
I don't watch the new ones.
Well, you should, because it's probably the greatest love story of our time.
So it's something to think about. Make sure you've got like your skincare and your sunscreen
Yeah.
and whatever you may need. It's dry, so if you're not used to that, but it can also be a relief to some of you folks that are coming from hot humidity. But also, like, you've got about 2 weeks during the summer that hit 100, maybe a couple degrees hotter than 100.
Yep.
And and you'll have a couple, like, it's not necessarily every day, but you'll have a span of like 4 or 5 days where it's above 100. And it a couple come back where it hits over 100 a little bit more, and you've got like a 2 week span. I want to say it's like end of July, first 2 weeks of August.
Yeah.
It gets pretty hot, but you've got about a 2.5 week span of where it's getting that hot, and then it starts to fade gradually back down into fall. So it's hot, but it's not that hot. It doesn't stay for too
and I
long.
would say average in summer is probably high 80s, low 90s. And, as long as you put your car shade in your car, it's good. We get a lot of people that move here from Arizona, and Arizona is one of the places, like, you just can't go outside for 7 months out of the year. Like, it's just not enjoyable. Here, you're still going to the pool, you're still going outside, you're not homebound by any means.
You get good breezes throughout the summer, so the wind breeze still picks up. The evenings are great, so yes, the sun does go down a little bit
Evenings
later,
are
right?
awesome.
Right,
Yeah.
so like 7, 8 o'clock is when the sun's going down. Then it starts to get around 8, 8:30. The sun's going down at the height of the summer. But if you guys are up, if you guys are still awake at that time, like, you still have some decently cool evenings in the summer where it's back down in like the
in the
70s.
mornings too. I remember I was born in Arizona, and there'd be times where you go outside at 6 a.m. and you're already sweating. Not like that out here. It's cool in the morning, it's cool in the evening. It's hot but tolerable during the afternoon.
Before we get out of here, he's got something that encompasses everything, and I don't want to take it from him.
No, just talking about activities. So what activities can you do during all of these times, right? So mountain biking is huge out here, right? That is very big for springtime, summer, and fall, obviously. And with those mountain bikes, what's really cool that I think a lot of people don't know is, like, there's like local mountain bike trails and things like that. But then also, if you go to the ski resorts, Breckenridge, Keystone, Copper, all those places, you can actually, throw your bike on the back of the lift. It takes you to the top of the mountain, and then they've got bike trails
During,
where
like, your spring
you
and
just go all
summer.
the way down. Yeah.
Right, so the same areas that are accommodating you for like your snowboarding and your skiing also accommodate in the spring and summer.
Yeah, yeah. And during those same times, paddleboarding is huge out here. Kayaking is huge out
White
here.
river water rafting.
Whitewater rafting is huge.
Here's the deal. You go with us and you go over it, you go over. Don't grab my arm and I gotta go. And that's a true story.
Oh, yeah.
Don't go throwing me overboard because you're going overboard and I gotta save you. You don't
Yep.
want me saving you. I'm a rock.
Yep.
I'm not helping you. I'm hurting you. But through like the Colorado River and doing some fun stuff, Steamboat Springs and some
Yeah.
other places have got some great white river water rafting. That's a hard one. I gotta pause
Yeah.
and say that. It's a lot of fun. If you haven't done it, bring your friends. You're gonna fall out. It's
Yep,
hilarious.
yep.
You're gonna have a great time.
Yep.
The water's still cold.
Yeah.
So it will shock you. You'll make it. You'll be okay. But it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then,
Yes.
after that, you got to go to Bojo's Pizza.
That's right, Idaho
Warm
Springs.
yourself up in Idaho Springs. Get some great pizza. Put some honey on that
Yep,
crust.
yep, it's good.
Make fun of everybody that was falling out of the raft. If you guys are with us, I'm making fun of you because I'm making fun of me. We'll have some pizza and we'll have a great time with it.
It's good. Now, locally, maybe we're not going to the mountains. Chatfield Reservoir and Cherry Creek Reservoir. Chatfield's in Highlands Ranch. Cherry Creek is in Aurora. Those are both big boating lakes. So if you like boating, if you like jet skis, taking a pontoon boat out, those are very, very popular. We can call them lakes. They're reservoirs in Colorado because they're man-made. They're lakes, but those are big boating. And then Aurora Reservoir, if you live down in South Shore or Talons Reach or Blackstone, down the southeast corner of Aurora that we know and love, there are no motorboats on there. So that one is great for paddle boarding. If you just want to take a kayak out on a peaceful lake, if you want to go fishing down there, you can. Fly fishing is huge out here all over the place. So, man, during all the warm seasons, there is so much to do. And then obviously in the winter, we know what we're doing in the winter.
100%. And we can't not mention this before we end this video, but Red Rocks Amphitheater.
Yeah.
Right. So springs and summers, like just going to concerts up there. They've even got comedians. Bill Burr was up there. A lot of cool stuff. So whether it's Red Rocks Amphitheater, you've got the Denver Auto Show that comes to town. This year was subpar. I felt like it could have been better, but it's really cool. You've got Meow Wolf that's here now.
Yeah, brand new,
a lot
yeah.
of things that are still year round. And Red Rocks Amphitheater, if they're not throwing an event like a concert or any comic stuff, you can go up there and work out. You can literally, it's free to go inside of it. You can run the stairs. And
You know, I've actually
run
never
the
seen a
trails.
concert there. I've only worked out at Red Rocks. I've never actually seen a concert at one of the best music venues in the entire world. Sad, I know. I need to get out there.
Yeah. Guess where we're going this spring and summer. We're going to have a great time. But guys, literally, Colorado is such a very cool state for, regardless of season, taking advantage of each season, enjoying what it has to offer, getting outside, getting accommodated. If you're not into the cold, I'm not into the cold, you can sip hot cocoa and chill at a super warm lodge while your friends and family are breaking their hips snowboarding, right? Like, all good. Have a good time. But either way, really fun, really cool. But there is some unexpected things as far as like how long winter lasts, right? And then different things as far as like fall in the summertime and just getting acclimated to altitude. And we talked about it on our last video, but hey, you can get sunburn in the winter when you're snowboarding, when you're skiing. That white snow reflects right onto your skin with those sunny days that are out. So even though it's the winter and we get a big snow downpour, then the sun comes back out within a day or so. So if you're up there snowboarding and skiing and you're super cold, so your skin is numb and you don't realize you're getting burnt, it's super painful. So make sure when you're up there, if the sun is out, make sure you've got some sunscreen.
That's right. Not to hop around too much, but one important point I just thought of here. Springtime, hail. We do get a lot of hail in
yes.
Colorado, but here's the beautiful part. Never pay for a roof out of pocket in Colorado.
No.
You wait 3 years, you're gonna get a hailstorm. It's gonna be enough. The roofing industry is huge out here. You get a hailstorm in an area, 10 guys are knocking on your door. They can replace your roof. A lot of times you're able to actually wrap up your insurance deductible into the price of the
And
roof.
because of that, yeah.
Nothing out of pocket.
And you've got a lot of 2 and 3 car garages for homes. Like very rarely do you ever see a single family home that does not have a garage. If you got townhomes and condos, they've usually got covered parking for you. So you should be taken care of overall there. Definitely something to think about. If you find something that doesn't have a garage, get yourself one of those mobile tents and anchor it to the ground and park under that. You don't need much, but definitely want to take care of your vehicle.
Yeah, car is going to be good, but that's the amazing part is just how often you can get a roof replaced in Colorado. That part is great, but definitely something to keep in mind.
And if you need a resource for that, we have a resource for that.
That's
Just like we have a resource for everything else. And why? Because we're licensed brokers in the state of Colorado. And as much as we love making these videos for you guys, we would love more to help you with your actual real estate needs. So that number that's popping back up below, we are the guys who answer the phone calls and the text messages and those emails. So if there's any questions, please reach out. We would love to help you. With that being said, enjoy your week and enjoy your weekend, and we will see you guys on the next video.
He's got the best little segues, doesn't he?
I just do. I'm just good at being.
I always love hearing when that outro's coming. It's good. It's so smooth, so smooth. We appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you next time.
See you guys.